Welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video with Blazin Corp. We are smack dab just began the new event, and we are going to be looking at the new champions on the block, at least the new epics, because it's going to be fusions that we're going to be using, or fragments, I should say, that we're going to be using to get these champions. So let's take a look at the champions. See, hey, as mid gamers, should we go for the epics or should we go for the legendary? We're going to find that out next. All right, so we are here in the summoning portal. First person to look at, I've already got 20% of Dur, the Hungerer finished. So let's take a look at his kit. Well, I guess first thing, this guy looks like he has been through a lot. No wonder he's a demon spawn, man. He's got horns coming out of his back, top of his head, his eyeballs. Oh, I guess just to the left and right of his eyeballs. Here that is. Oh, he's even got some horns coming out of his forearms. Oh wow, that's interesting. And his forearms are taped out. Or I guess are those taped or sewed or? And then he's got two little guys just sitting on his chest. Man, this guy's a serious guy. He probably yeah, he probably would torture some people and just do some crazy stuff. So let's take a look at his kit. Demon Spawn. Hey man, I know when it comes to faction wars, I need a bunch of champions for Demon Spawn. So let's take a look. Attacks Odious Bulk. Attacks when enemy has a 30, booked up to 40% chance of placing a stun debuff for one turn. Is what it is there. What can you do? All right, let's see. Cannibal Litany replaces a 30% reflect damage buff on all allies for 2 turns. That's not bad. You know how I love my reflect damage nowadays. 15% continuous heal buff on all allies for 1 turn. That's also not a bad thing. Then heals all allies by 15%. You might as well just put two continuous heals. So you get an immediate heal, and then as people take their turn heal, and that's every 3 turns when booked. That's not bad, actually. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Reflect damage to reduce incoming damage, and put a little bit more damage out, and then some heals as you're getting damage to yeah, keep you topped up. Pretty nice kit so far. Here we go. Hungry for more. Revives 2 random allies with 50% HP, then fills their turn meters by 50%. This is a fantastic ability. 4 turn cooldown, 50% turn meter, plus it's 2 random allies. That's not bad. This guy's kit reminds me of Melga Steel Girdle here. Yeah, it definitely reminds me of Melga Steel Girdle. Looks like he's going to be. Let's see if we can find this guy. Yeah, let's see if we can find this guy in the index here. He's a demon spawn, wherever that is. There we go. You can see here I'm firmly in the mid game. Where is he? There he is. I was like literally hovering right over him. All right, so let's look at his stats when he's a 6-star. Oh, look at his stats when he's 6-star. So decent health. So very, very balanced here. Accuracy and attack. Sorry, attack and defense. Is he an attack-based champion? Yep, he's an attack-based champion. Okay, interesting. Oh, he's got good speed. Yeah, he's got good speed. So, yeah, you could probably build this guy decently tanky with a decent amount of attack. I wouldn't put too much attack on him. I literally would build him exactly the same way I built Melga Steel Girdle. 50 to 60,000 plus hit points. Get his defense up to around 30 to 3,500 and his speed to around the 240 mark. And then he's going to be cycling this ability and this ability very, very quickly for your team because these two things will help quite a bit. Ooh, and increase allied defense in faction crypts by 30%. That's not bad at all. Yeah, that's not bad at all. So, yeah. Ooh. Man, I wish this wasn't a fragment summons. Because I would love this guy for my Faction Wars team. Yeah, I don't think I have any reviver currently. Unless she's a reviver. Yeah, I don't think I don't think I have any other reviver currently in this faction. Yeah, this is my current 1, 2, 3. Akatha Seared and Allure is my current setup for Faction Wars. I think they're like at 16. Is she a reviver? Black buffs. No, she's not a reviver. Yeah, I don't think we have any other revivers on this team. That's kind of cool. Yeah, ooh, that really sucks. Huh. Yeah, ooh, that makes it really difficult to not want this guy. I might just have to get Umbra Enchantress fired up and rearing and ready to go. Just for the block buffs and the active skills and provokes and stuff. Yeah, I might just have to get her fired up for the Demon Spawn Faction Wars Crypt. Since there's like one reviver in the Demon Spawn, and yeah, we might have to give him up to get the Lego here. So that kind of sucks. All right, so next up is, let's see, Sylia. She's a Night Revenant. She looks kind of cool too, man. Look at how big is that sword? Hot dang, sword's bigger than her. Wow. All right, so she's got some like, oh, are those like little knives and stuff? Oh, that's cool. All right, she got some like futuristic gear on. Don't know why her skin's showing here, considering that she has armor on up here, and then she's just naked right in the middle, and then armor on her legs. I guess that's maybe to distract people or something. And then she like slices their head off. That would make a lot of sense there. Yeah, it makes total sense. All right, so Reft of Madness attacks one enemy, has a 50% booked up to 70% chance of applying a debuff spread effect. Ooh, on an A1. Oh, that's really interesting. Taking one random debuff from the target and placing it on all enemies. Oh, see, man, it was good here until the comma, and then actually until the end. Actually, pretty much until it says hex debuff. Man, that really sucks. But looks like hex are trying to become the new thing, so interesting. Attacks all enemies, increases the duration of all debuffs on all enemies by 1 turn. That's not bad, actually, on a 3-turn cooldown. Yeah, that's not bad on a 3-turn cooldown. Too bad this wasn't her A1, and the other one wasn't her A2. This would make her a must-keep epic if that was the case. All right, let's see here. Melancholia. Attacks all enemies, places a decreased defense 60% for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. Okay, that's cool. Feast of Woe. Oh, or passive. When attacking enemies under decreased defense debuffs, has a 50% chance of placing a hex debuff on them for 2 turns. Oh, that's kind of cool. So I'm assuming. Why didn't they just put this? I guess it's interesting. It's a weird kit. It's a very weird kit. Okay, well, let's see what she's like at 60. Here, where is she? She was in the she was in the Night Revenant. So let's take a look see here at Night Revenant. Where are you? Oh, looks like both those champions are in the Corrupted. Night Revenant, Night Revenant. You can see I don't have many heroes here. I still, this Butcher Sentinel is still eluding me. I got all these other people here, and she's still eluding me. Bogoth, Deathless. And well, we're soon to have Cynesia, and then probably just as soon here might not have her. We'll see how this looks. All right, so crappy health, really high attack. Okay, decent defense, decent speed, slightly higher crit rate than normal. Okay. I don't really like her, actually. Yeah, I don't really like her. Her health points are way too low. Yeah, she's definitely going to get smashed. Yeah, you'd have to put way too much into building up her health, and that's not a good thing at all for an epic who's got a very weird kit. Now, she might be someone to like if you don't have the hex like spreaders in your team, her passive might come in handy here. So, get the decreased defense out, which she has on all enemies. And then I wonder actually when she okay, so she doesn't place it beforehand, it doesn't look like. So it would be nice if she placed it beforehand and then she had that 50% chance when attacking all enemies to actually hit them, to actually apply both. Here, why didn't they just put it in her kit where she could just apply a hex and a decreased defense? Be way better. Now, is Rule of the Huntmaster in this? No, he's not here. So kind of surprising actually that he's not here. Okay, that's fine. It is what it is. All right. I guess they're kind of cool, but I don't think there's anyone else here. Well, I guess the Team Angel would utilize Hex. Don't have her yet, but yeah, she's free to play, so I'm eventually gonna get her. Might be a long time because I'm terribly good at getting not terribly good at hard Doom Tower just yet being in the mid game. All right, let's keep going here. Next up we've got Scarabus. Yeah, Scarabus. Oh, cool look. Skinwalkers. Finally putting another person in Skinwalkers. I bet, like most Skinwalkers, he's not that good. So let's see. Attacks Gutter Knife. Attacks on enemy has a 50% chance of placing a 5% poison debuff for 2 turns, booked up to 70%. Okay. It's kind of interesting. Uh, Gnawing Horde. Attacks all enemies has a 100% chance when booked, placing a leech debuff for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. I guess that's okay. And leech is always nice. Actually, that might be good for faction wars if you don't have anyone to kind of top your team up. Yeah, maybe good for faction wars. Attacks when enemy has a 100% chance on book to placing a 25% weakened debuff for 2 turns. Also places a 50% increase attack buff on this champion for 2 turns if the weakened debuff is placed. Why don't well, I guess you got to build them with accuracy now. Okay. I don't really like those that kind of ability where you have to do something to get something. Sorry there, guys. All right. Is what it is. And then last but not least, Verminous. Damage increases by 20% when attacking enemies under poison debuffs. Ooh. Oh, but that's only for him. I guess he could have, if he ran with Bad L, who also increases damage, well, allows other people to increase damage. So 25% plus 20, that's a huge amount of extra damage. That's important. All right. I'm sure someone's going to try that out. It will not be me. Well, Skinwalkers, let's take a look at this guy at 6-star. Skinwalkers. Well, only got one. Yeah, I've only got one. I guess I'll have two eventually. So she's free to play just by logging in. So that's kind of cool. I think she does Hex too. So that's interesting. Let's see. Don't have much in the Skinwalkers side of things. Where? Oh, there he is. All right, let's see. So crappy health, good attack, decent defense, decent speed. Ooh, got a little bit of resistance. Got a little bit of accuracy. Ooh, I usually don't see accuracy on too many people here, so that's kind of cool. Interesting. Not super excited for him, but could help in faction wars. So that's interesting. Huh. Yeah, it could help in faction wars. All right. And last but not least, and I'm kind of excited for her, is Dwarves faction. Already finished faction wars in the Dwarf faction. Tormund, Herndeg, Underpriest Brogni got me through that here. Cornelia is going to be really strong once I decide to build her out. I'm assuming that's probably when the champion training starts. I'm going to try to get her up to 6-star. And Demetia, really, I mean, just looking at her, you know she's going to be good. Plus, it seems recently like the Dwarves faction has just been getting all the good champions, which is a good thing here because their crypt supposed to be hard, but they're the first crypt that I got done. All right, Fires of Old. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Places a shield buff for 2 turns equal to 10% of this champion's max HP on the ally with the lowest HP. Ooh, that's kind of cool. You're going to get a 5, 10, 15, 20% shield increase, and 20% damage increase. That is a lot of books. 8 epic books there. Wow. Okay, at 2 times too. Yeah, it's 2 times. Okay, interesting. Light of the Deep increases the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn. Ooh, exciting. Then decreases the duration of all ally debuffs by 1 turn. That is also nice. Also heals all allies by 2.5% of their max HP. Never a bad thing there. Heals by a further 2.5 for each turn added to or removed from the duration of buffs and debuffs by this skill. Now, if you had a ton of buffs out, now is that only per person or does that the whole amount of buffs? So like let's say you had 10 buffs out, would you get a 25% heal for everybody? That would be vicious. Like her and Cornelia might end up being the best healers in the game. Plus, she gets a whole bunch of extra stuff, increasing duration and decreasing duration of ally debuffs. That's kind of cool. Huh. And that's on a 3-turn cooldown, so she's healing quite frequently here. All right, so yeah, she's healing quite frequently. Her and Cornelia might actually be Bommel the Dreadhorn champions. Yeah, they might actually be because she's going to place a block damage buff on all allies for 1 turn on a 3-turn cooldown and a 15% continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns. That's vicious. Yeah, that's really vicious. Now I wonder, you could literally have her, Warcaster. Who else does block damage? And one more person. And if they each take their turn one after the next, you could literally take no damage here from because it's on a 3-turn cooldown. Yeah, you could literally take no damage. You could set it out. So yeah, literally be taking no damage the from the clan boss, or at least have 2 block damage setups, and then you leave yourself open for the smash. Huh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. She might be a person to build. Well, she's definitely a person to build out. Increases ally defense in all battles by 20%. That's a solid aura. Here, at least it is not. Man, look at the braid on her, too. Yeah, she's serious. Okay, so we've got high HP. I'd build her very similar to Underpriest Brogni. High HP, something in the 70,000 range, 3,000 or 3,000 to 3,500 defense. Is she based on attack? Yeah, it doesn't really matter because the shield is based on her HP. And none of the other skills are based on anything. So, yeah, definitely build out the defense, keep the attack low. Not that you'd ever really be able to get it high. Keep your speed, I'd say 230 and above. But if you're going to bring her into Clan Boss, then 195 maybe here. And what else do we have? I guess you can get her resistance up really high. She doesn't need accuracy. Yeah, she doesn't need accuracy at all because she's only given buffs. Yeah, she's only given buffs, so no accuracy. So basically build her very similar to how I have built out. Yeah, pretty similar to how we've built out Melga Steel Girdle, who probably is one of the best champions there is in, well, yeah, her and Geomancer, probably some of the best champions there are here right now for me in the dwarves for epics. At least until I get to try Cornelia, because Cornelia's got a good kit here. Ooh, I'm really excited for her. All right, so so let's go into a hypothetical world, okay? Very hypothetical world. Would who would I keep if I couldn't complete the fusion? Definitely 100% Dimethia. For sure. If I could get an extra one of her, I absolutely would get her. Because is she void? Oh, and she's void too. Oh my goodness. I'm very seriously considering not doing the fusion for her. Seriously considering it. She won't help me with faction wars because I've already completed it, but she would help me with clan boss for sure. Huh. Man, she's void too. I guess we have a chance. Tomorrow we are going to be doing, let's see. So we got the fusion event. Let's read what's coming up tomorrow. Actually, let's not do that. Can we see it here? No. Can we see it here? Yeah, champion chase event. So get champions by any means. Shards, market, campaign, dungeons. Here, we're probably going to try dungeons as much as possible. Actually, sorry, we're probably going to do campaign as much as possible. Here, is that right? Yeah, I guess we'll do campaign as much as possible and do a little bit of shards. Yeah, do a little bit of shards, a little bit of market. Here, we're gonna try some shady ways without running through our ancients or voids or sacred, and leave that for the summon rush here, and that's in a little bit. Actually, when does the summon rush start? Let's take a look. Summon rush October 8th. So we gotta have that fired and rearing and ready to go here. So champion chase tournament, 1st to the 4th. Now we should be okay since it's only a three, I guess a 4-day setup here. Whereas, yeah, this one's still a 4-day setup. So we should be okay to use. I guess my best bet is I'm going to be using a lot of mystery shards. Luckily, we've got 759 of them set up here, and we'll pound that pretty hard. So clear as much of this out as I can here, and then we'll set that up, and we'll just be feeding our ones and twos into each other, and we'll go from there. All right, guys. It has been interesting. What is my take here on the Epic Champions? So I would for sure like to keep Dura the Hungerer and Dimethia. Those two for sure. Sylia and Scarabus, they're not so important. I could easily give those guys up and be fine there on that end. Yeah, I could easily give those guys up and be fine on that end. I wouldn't die. Definitely knowing that any of those. Now, should we go for the fusion? Let's just take a look at the kit here. Fair fight. Attacks one enemy, removes any shield buffs. Now that will not, and I repeat, it will not take away Under Priest Brogni's shield. Okay? Ain't gonna happen. That shield is immovable, which is why he is fantastic at all parts of the game. Also has a 50% chance, booked up to 75% of removing one random buff. So basically, he's stripping shields and he's going to remove a buff here, or he's got a chance to. 75 is pretty high. Too bad he's not a two-turn attack here, or a two hit. And he's only one, has a 75, I guess 100% chance instead when attacking bosses. So that's kind of cool. Damage is based on defense. Ooh, very nice. All right. Battlefield Beacon attacks all enemies 2 times. Never a bad thing there. Each hit has a 50% chance of placing a Provoke debuff forward 1 turn. That's booked up to a 75% chance. So that's basically going to hit every single time if you've got his accuracy high enough, and a 75% chance of placing a 50% decrease attack debuff for 2 turns. That's going to be 100%. So yeah, that's fine. 3-turn cooldown. Not a bad thing there. Probably would be good at the probably would be actually pretty decent tank for Spider with that particular ability, because he's going to provoke pretty much every time. He's going to put the decrease attacks when they start attacking him. Here, he shouldn't take too much damage. He's going to put out. No, I guess this doesn't matter too much in that particular setup. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. He's putting a shield. So place this shield buff on all allies for 2 turns equal to 30% of this champion's max HP. That is ridiculous. Also places a 25% strength and buff on all allies for 2 turns. Yeah, that is really strong buff. Yeah, that's a really strong buff because those are 2, so 25% like reduction in damage essentially on a 3-turn cooldown plus a ridiculous shield. Yeah, 30% of his max HP. So you're basically going to build him super high on his HP. So I'd probably put him as high as Brogni, 80%. Sorry, 80,000 hit points. If not, trying to get him to 100,000 hit points. It would be really hard, though, to get him, at least with my account, to 100,000 without reducing his speed quite dramatically. So you're going to want a speed right around that 200 mark here, and his HP right around the 80,000, I think would be pretty safe to go with. Now, you'd need a decent amount of accuracy if you want to hit his decrease attack. So you'd have to focus on, in that setup, either accuracy or resistance. I think accuracy would be the way to go because he's going to remove shields, remove buffs here. He's going to provoke plus decrease attack, and then he'll shield and strengthen. So I think he's made to be high accuracy. Whenever this champion is attacked, has a 20% chance of decreasing the duration of all buffs on the attacker by 1 turn. Has a 40% chance instead when attacked by bosses. Wow. Wow, actually. Holy crap. Didn't notice he had this. Actually, yeah, that's even more reason to create him. So high defense, high HP, like really high defense. I'd probably put his defense around like the Iron Brago level, around like that 40s. Yeah, I'd say 40 to 4,500 defense here. Decent amount of speed, so 190 to 200. If you can push that a little bit more, great. Otherwise, 80,000 hit points and a ridiculously high accuracy. So you probably want him in that 350 mark or more. And then I actually might try to get crit rate and crit damage onto this guy. if I can, yeah, if I can build him very similarly to Iron Brago with much higher HP. Yeah, so high HP, high defense, decent amount speed, crit damage, and crit rate. Because, yeah, he's definitely built to do a little bit of damage. Now, he doesn't need to do a lot of damage. Because you could strictly make him support. And he's going to increase ally defense in Doom Tower battles by 40. So, yeah, that's ridiculous amount of increased defense. Actually, I wonder what this guy looks like at 6-star. He's in the index under Banner Lords. There he is. All right, so he's already starting at a ridiculously high defense. Got really good HP here. Ooh, decent amount of resistance and well, surprising enough, he's got accuracy. So since I finished out the accuracy and resistance in the Great Hall and the crit damage here, he's going to start off in a good position down on these bottom three. Here, if we can get more defense, yeah, I think a 4,000, even 3,500 would be fine. Might sacrifice a little bit of the defense to get more HP. So for the crazy shield and more accuracy, because you're definitely gonna have to do crit rate, crit damage. So basically, need yeah, crit rate, crit damage, accuracy, defense, and HP. So he's going to be stat hungry, just according to how I'm going to build him here. Yeah, because his passive does quite a bit of decreasing duration of all buffs. So even if the attackers are doing AoE attacks here, that's really nice. Like, that's a really good skill. Huh. Yeah, I really like this skill, especially since he can hide behind a massive shield plus a strengthened. So he's not going to take much damage. Yeah, you could probably keep his defense not ridiculously high and still, have him be pretty tanky here. Yeah, so even if, let's say, even if you had him at like 50,000 here, you're still getting a 15,000 shield. Now, if you had him at right around the 80 mark, you're getting 16, 24,000 hit point shield, which is massive. Yeah, that's a massive shield. If you had him at 100, that's obviously 30,000 hit point shield, which is just ridiculous. I hear that's pretty much like maxing out some people's extras, like some people's bars there. So that'd be very similar in terms of the shield strength to someone like Valkyrie. Not really sure how much shield she puts on. I know it's based on defense, but 30% is kind of crazy considering that it's this champion's max HP plus he gets to strengthen here. So, yeah, why the hell are people saying this guy's bad? There's no way this guy can be bad here. Just this ability and this passive alone, they're huge. Like he can pretty much be good anywhere. Now, I guess he could always strip this off, so that could be a reason. But he's pretty much going to be a carry for most places. He might even replace Misgraded Monster here. No, I guess he could though. Yeah, he could replace Misgraded Monster and Ursula the Mourner in my in my spider team. Yeah, because he has both the things that I need, which is the shield and the strengthen here. So it's very, very possible he could replace both of them, and then you can bring in someone who has, I guess, yeah, I can bring in someone else because he's like 2 and 1 for spider, plus the provoke and the decreased accra and the decreased attack. Huh? Yeah, that's not bad. And he's removing shield. 75%. Okay. That's interesting. I think this guy will be good for me in a few areas. So he could come into my 20 plus spider team. Very possibly could come into my clan boss team here because he looks like he would strip buffs, especially if you get him really tanky with a lot of HP. He would go really, really well here with under Priest Brogni. Yeah, he would go really well with under Priest Brogni here. And then he could be good in the Doom Tower pretty much on most bosses. Only person I probably wouldn't bring him into would be the Dark Fae because he would be hella hard to want to beat. But other than that, he could be really, really good pretty much everywhere. Yeah, he could be pretty good pretty much everywhere. All right, so ooh, I guess what is my final verdict on this particular set? Like, should we go for the epics? Absolutely, yes, you should go for the epics if you cannot, if you don't think you can complete the fusion here. So if you're like heavily in the mid game, like more early to mid game here, then go for the epics. Get 2 of the epics, okay? Here, so really focus on getting Dura the Hungerer because he's going to help with your faction wars for Demon Spawn, and then focus on Dimethia. She will be fantastic for progression as well as she's probably going to be a carry through most of the game here with how she's built and her A3 here, which is the block damage and continuous heals. Here, she's pretty much built with a kit to beat Bommel. Yeah, she's pretty much built with a kit to beat Bommel here, especially if you make her really fast here. So, yeah, she's amazing. I think those two would be the people to go for. I would actually still be hunting for these two here. I'm going for the fusion though. All right, so without a doubt, I'm going to be going for the fusion. Main reason for me is going to be this guy brings a lot of utility to my. I don't know if I'm end game yet here, so I'm going to be like high mid game, like just bordering on getting into end game, and he's going to bring a lot of utility to me because he's got strengthen here, which is the best buff in the game. Straight 25% damage reduction. Plus, he's got a godlike shield at 30% for 2 turns on a 3 turn cooldown. So, him and Underpriest Brogni together will be vicious. Because Underpriest Brogni's passive is whenever a shield is hit, doesn't matter if he put that shield out himself, it's going to reflect 25% of the damage back at the attacker. Now, if you have a strengthen on there, when he's put his shield out, plus a ridiculous amount of shield, then it's going to reflect a little bit less damage, but you're still reflecting a bunch of damage and you're keeping your guys up so that they can cycle through their turns. So you might actually be able to bring in here more offensive guys than Sigmund and Underpriest Brogni would be. Now, the cool thing is his damage is based on defense, and his defense is high. here. Plus, he's got a decrease attack in his kit. So imagine my current clan boss team is under Priest Brogni. You've got Ninja. You've got Bad Alcazar. You've got, I already said under Priest Brogni, didn't I? Yeah, under Priest, Ninja, Bad Alcazar. Oh, snap. I'm forgetting people. Yeah, I'm definitely forgetting people. Hold on. Where the hell is this guy? Where's my clan boss team? All right. Under Priest Brogni. Oh, Geomancer. Under Priest Brogni, Ninja, Iron Brago, and we've got Under Priest Brogni. Okay. So how would this change for me? I'd probably end up. I think one of two. This could go one of two ways because I need I need Iron Brago for the decreased attack. It's a 2 turn and a decreased attack. Now, if I was to take out one of these two, or even because Ninja just produces way too much damage. So I'd take out one of these two. He's got heals, and he's got a decent amount of reflect damage. But I think the key is if we're not taking too much damage, does he matter here? Because we're gonna go more based on a shield setup. So if I took him out, I put in another damage dealing defense champion, but now who has shields and a decrease attack. I can alternate decrease attack between Sigmund the Highshield and Iron Brago, and pretty much have that up all the time. And you're very consistently too. So it should fall down. It should not fall down at all here at any point, especially if I make them decently fast. Yeah, especially if I make them decently fast. So probably do a good old 1-to-1 here and be pretty promising in the setup. Yeah, I think that'd be a pretty promising setup. So Clan Boss alone would be a reason to get this guy fired up, rearing, and ready to go. Here, actually, let's take a final look at him here in Banner Lords. All right, so high defense. So how the build will go: high HP, high defense, decent speed, crit rate, crit damage. Here, which actually might involve us reducing one or the other here. So probably involve us getting his accuracy to around that 350 mark, which might take us to having his speed a little lower here in just I'd say in the 190 to 200 range here, just to keep him in turn with the clan boss without having to break too much there. So high speed. So he's probably gonna have a speed chest. HP chest. Might have defensive gloves here with crit rate and crit damage as substats. Or might go crit rate gloves with defense as a substat if we can get a good enough one. Man, there's so many ways you can build this guy out. Or just might do crit rate, crit damage gloves, and then do crit rate on all the other gear. Yeah, lots of different ways we could build him. I want to build him. I guess we'll see how his attack multipliers or his multipliers are, and if he hits hard, we can build him that way. If not, then we'll just build him clearly as a support. All right, guys, that has been it for this particular video. Thanks for watching until the end. Hey, remember, no Ninja Watchers. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. And you know what? We'll see you again next time. Let's chat then.